Psst. Hey, it's your buddy Mogswamp with another episode of the Flatworld. I have some exciting news for you. Today we upgraded to Minecraft version 1.15. Aren't you excited? We begin our episode in hell. Yeah, guys, we're in the Nether here. As of, I can't remember if it was 1.14 or 1.15, but now you can link portals up to the roof of the Nether, which is super cool. You didn't used to be able to do that. So, yeah, now we got all our portals hooked up to the roof of the Nether. To tell you the truth, I've always hated the Nether on the Flatworld, and it's always been disorganized and a huge mess, and I will be very happy to just start over from scratch on a new Nether hub on the roof. And plus, the roof of the Nether is nice and flat, sort of in the Flatworld tradition, you know? But yeah, of course, we will have some portals that go below the roof of the Nether, especially to experience the new 1.16 content when that comes out. But anyways, we're over here at the sheep farm. Real quick, I just want to show you one of the changes I've made. Another thing that changed in 1.14 or 15, shears now work out of dispensers, so we no longer need to AFK at the sheep farm in order to get wool. So now the wool just gets picked up by those hoppers and sorted right away, which is super nice. We can AFK here. Now, unfortunately, the other thing that we used to AFK here for was the iron golem farm, which no longer works, but luckily they are much easier to make in this version than they used to be. So we'll probably make a new one right over here so that we can AFK with the wool farm. Probably, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But anyhow, so that's the change to the sheep farm. Real quick, I want to pop over and show you guys where we're grabbing all our villagers from, because we have made a villager farm in the main base. So I'm going to show that off to you guys. You might notice my experience level is super high. I've been playing for a really long time. And this episode's going to be kind of all over the place in terms of chronological order. I just took clips here and there. And so if you notice my XP bar jumping around, that's why. You're jumping around in time like a time traveler. But anyways, we are now on top of the giant iron golem farm. Or not iron golem farm, but the iron golem statue, rather. That's his nose. Looks like we're in a giant cloud right now. But if I look down here, you can see where all the villagers are. These are all the old villagers, so actually a lot of them kept their profession from the previous version of the game, but some of them didn't. I don't know, it's kind of glitchy. And the ones that did keep their profession, like, locked, and you can't trade with them anymore after you exhaust their trades. It's weird. So mostly I just use these guys for quick transport. I got another nether portal down there that I use to transport them easily through the Nether. This one just appeared because I broke the one down there. So anyhow, back through we go. Let's head back to the main Flatworld base and check out the progress we've made. And again, we're going to be jumping around in time a little bit, so I might flash you some archival footage of me moving those villagers over there real quick. I'm actually super excited for the 1.16 Nether update, because this is going to be one of the biggest updates to the Flatworld in a long time. A lot of the biome updates and the water updates and things like that include a lot of things that simply don't apply to the Flatworld at all. And so I'm just stoked that all this stuff is going to happen to the Nether here as well. Come on. just love the feeling of getting a lot done in this game. Alright guys, we're back at the base. It's Future Mog Swamp again, as you can see by my XP bar. And sorry if my GUI scale, like the size of things, it keeps changing around. I keep forgetting to set it big. When I'm playing casually and not recording, I don't like it so big, but when I am recording, I try to keep it big for you guys so you can see what's going on. Anyways, we did so much here, guys. In that archival footage, you saw me bringing over the villagers, and we actually got some cats. So this is Chomsky. He was the first ever cat. Guys, in 1.14, villagers actually cause cats to spawn. So that's how we got cats on the Flatworld. This guy's Castaway. I named him that because he ran all the way to Salacia before I could catch him and get him to turn around and take my fish. And this guy's Mulligan. Why did I name him Mulligan? I think I named him Mulligan because he reminded me of this old kid's book, Mike Mulligan's Steam Shovel or something. But it kind of works with Castaway because Mulligan's Island and stuff like that. So it kind of works. Anyhow, these are our three beautiful, darling kitties. As you can see, also the rug, the rug has changed from that red. I really just thought that red color was too 2011 Minecraft. And in fact, a lot of this build is, especially like just this one stone brick texture going down. I think we're going to try to change that, add in some stripes and some variations, maybe using some windows and detail. But I think I'm going to wait to do that for the 1.16 update when we get a lot of those new nether blocks, including the black kind of stone. I'm interested in maybe using that. But I do want to sort of update this entire build, make it look a little bit more new. But yeah, anyhow, so we got cats, and then this is the trading machine here. So let me just demonstrate how it works. In order to have villagers reset their trades, you need this clock to be between 45 degrees this way and 45 degrees this way, which it is right now, so that's perfect. So we can come down in here. The reason I have it hatched off like this is to prevent villagers from pathfinding. So we actually already have one waiting for us, but the villagers are all in this chamber up there, and we can press a button for a new villager, and it gets delivered on a minecart. You'll just have to trust me on that. And then we can grab a workstation here, like a lectern, and plop it down in front of him. He's going to change into a librarian, and we can basically roll the dice for what enchantment we get on a book. So Bane of Arthropods is not very useful. We could try again, and nothing. Let's try again. And Luck of the Sea. So let's say we wanted Luck of the Sea. I could trade with him to lock that trade. And then what we're going to do is we're going to send him to the trading hall with this button. That'll launch him off into this trading hall mechanism. And the design is actually by LogicalGeekBoy, if you guys want to check that out. I will try and remember and put it in the description. If I don't, just look up, LogicalGeekBoy Villager Trading Hall 1.15. And then I have this kill switch. So certain villagers, for example, the shepherd, you don't get to find out what color wool you're going to get from him, for example, until you level him up past the novice level. And once you trade with these guys at all, their trades are going to lock. And so once their trades are locked, it doesn't matter if you delete the workstation, they're still going to stay with their trades. And so in order to fix that, I have a kill switch here, which basically just pushes out a piston, and they suffocate in the piston. And what that lets me do is on things like shepherds, where I want to pick which color of wool I get, I can trade them until I get to see which color of wool it is, and if I don't like it, I can kill them and grab a new villager. So anyways, when I do finally launch the villager into the trading hall, basically the minecart comes up here and goes across this little bridge here, and then each of these lights shows where we've already got a villager. Get out of here, man. And so the minecart's going to skip over all those spots because we've already got a villager in all of those. But once it hits a spot where the light is off, meaning there's no one in there, it's going to hit an activator rail, which ejects the villager down into this little hole here. And then we have this lever, which basically puts the villager up and down. And we've got these zombies back here. So meet my zombie henchmen. This is the Super Flat Strangler. We've got Mogchomp here. He's my brother-in-law. Or clone gone wrong or something like that. And then here is Psycho Killer. And he's definitely racked up the most kills out of any of them so far. We had to split these guys because this needs to go all the way to the sky for the beacon. And if the zombies can walk under there, they would get burned. But so those guys will convert the villagers into zombie villagers. And then we can splash them with a potion of weakness, which I keep in these dispensers. You press the button, one shoots up. I have it empty right now because I got to brew up more potions. Then you feed them some golden apples, and their trades will get better and better. So right now I have 1 white wool for 1 emerald, which is pretty crazy considering how much wool we can get from our fully automatic wool farm over by the Garden of Pharos, where we were at the beginning of the episode. So yeah, that's all that. Now I still have some archival footage to show you guys. 2 interesting things happened while I was building this. First of all, the Wandering Trader stopped by while I was making the Infinite Villager Breeder up top, which feeds this system. And then second, I decided to go ahead and finally build the mob sorting system for this mob farm that we have in the base. Forever and ever I've been saying that I was going to make a switch where it would divert the mob flow and sort them into their respective mob counterparts. And I finally went and did that, and it turned out pretty cool. So I've got some footage from that. So let's see how that turned out. I'm really hoping we can attract a wandering trader because there's a lot of stuff like sugarcane, which allows us to get paper, which will let us get a cartographer, which lets us get maps, and I could make fireworks and all sorts of stuff I've never had before with sugarcane from a wandering trader. Also, different wood types. I've been stuck with oak wood the entire time I've played on the Flatworld, and the wandering trader does sell different types of wood saplings. So we could get other types of wood for the first time ever, and I would really, really want to do that. There's also like buckets of fish we could get and coral to decorate Salacia with. There's a lot of good stuff. So hopefully we see a wandering trader stopping by around here soon. I gotta look up how they spawn exactly, but I think it has to do with these bells, or at least they're attracted to the bells. But I'm not really sure. Holy crap, guys. I've been playing for so long, and I finally got a wandering trader, and I haven't checked what he's got yet, but I am so excited. Here we go. We got coral. We got a dark oak sapling. Oh my god. We got a new type of wood. Oh my god. Oh my god, I am so excited about that. Alright, let me go clear up some space and grab more emeralds. Oh my god, I am so excited about this sapling right now. Where'd you go? Oh no, don't tell me you despawned. Oh, there he is. Oh man. Hey buddy. Oh heck yeah, okay. Take as much as I can get of those. As much as I can get of these. I've got pumpkins. Got gunpowder. And I've got blue dye. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna run straight to Salacia to see how these coral blocks look in the water. I've been so excited to get some coral blocks. Alright, let's try this out and see how it looks. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh, that's awesome. We can only get like 8 blocks at a time from this, but hopefully we'll run into the wandering trader more and more, and eventually we'll be able to decorate this whole place. And while I'm here, I've got this fisherman guy selling some buckets of cod. So let's just try to get a couple of those. Let's see if we can't put these in the water. They might despawn, but that's okay. I just want to see if they swim around or if they immediately dart for the edge and drown on the dry land or whatever. Well, I guess there is one layer of water there, but I guess they'll probably eventually swim out of this unless we put some sort of barrier. But are we able to place this down? Oh, cool. We got fish. So yeah, I would probably put name tags on them. The only thing is, like, we would want some sort of barrier so they don't just swim out of this thing. But I don't know. We'll have to think about that. Maybe if you guys have ideas, you can let me know in the comments of how we could keep these guys around, because it'd be really cool to have a bunch of fish swimming in here. I think the Wandering Trader has other kinds of fish other than just the cod that you can get, but we can get the cod from that one guy. We could put a lot of fish in here. It would look really cool. Oh, that looks awesome from in here. Yeah, we got to figure out a way to get a nice amount of fish in here, because that looks so cool. It really completes it, man. All right, guys, so here's something a little bit fun. I actually spent the time to finally, at long last, build up a mob sorter for this system. I've just been doing all sorts of little touch-ups and renovations. If we go down here, we've got a switch. Oops, let's see this side. So the mob sorter is now off. And there's, as you can see, the switch for the village breeder. We need the XP farm. Well, so first off, we need the lights to be off to make sure mobs are spawning. And then we need the XP farm to actually be on. So if we switch that up, it's basically going to start diverting the mobs to this center column here, instead of having the mobs fall down these little tubes and die of fall damage. So you can still see the last few falling right there. Those get sorted, all their items get sorted. But now that we've pulled that switch, yeah, we should get mobs starting to fall down the center here. And if I sleep, it usually helps with this. So yeah, you can see this mob starting to pour down the middle here. So what happens is, you see that dispenser up there, that's going to shoot out water and divert the mob flow again once we turn on this mob sorter. So let's give it a shot. I hope I've done everything correctly. So we're going to turn that on. And right away, it should start diverting the mobs down this tube here. Yeah, so that's working. So the first step is the undead mobs get sorted out. So skeletons and zombies sink in water. So we have this little module here which is going to take all the skeletons and zombies out. I haven't actually tested any of this yet, so this is the first time I'm turning it on to give this a test. And I built this all in survival without testing it in a creative world first. So the creepers and the witches, which are pretty rare, but they're going to go across the water. And then one at a time, they get sorted. So what this system does is as soon as a creeper falls in, see, it tries. So it's not perfect yet. It needs a little bit of adjusting. Pretty rarely, two creepers can get into the system at once. But that glass block is supposed to prevent that from happening. So I think I may need to replace that glass block with a solid block. But as you can see, that time it worked. It got one creeper at a time. So as long as only one creeper goes in at a time, you shouldn't see any creepers in this column here. But basically what happens is that piston right away tries to push them. And, oops, I'm actually missing something here. There needs to be a trapdoor. Yeah, we need to add a trapdoor. So let's try and do that real quick. Okay, I think we have a moment. There we go. So now that there's a trapdoor there, witches can't actually fit under a trapdoor. Creepers are a little shorter than witches. So basically, when something stands on that pressure plate, it blocks off the flow so no one else can get in. It tries to push out that piston, and if it's a creeper, they'll fit under, and nothing happens. If they're still standing on the plate after a certain delay goes by, then this piston back here is going to fire and push the witches into this this pillar right here. So again, it just needs a little adjusting on the mechanism to prevent more than one creeper from entering this chamber at once. But other than that, I think it's working. And we'll just have to see if any witches end up in here. they're pretty rare that they spawn, so we might have to wait a while. Okay, it is working, not 100%, because we have some zombies in here. But so, and we've got a skeleton in here, so it's not perfect. Oh, and they're getting out somehow. How did that happen? Or else these just, oh, okay, they just spawned in the dark over there, I think. But so how this module is supposed to work is the skeletons and the zombies both float up here to the top, just so we can get a little more height to sort them out. And then they get sorted into just 2 streams just to deal with the amount of them coming through. And then this is a similar system where when one is in there, a piston goes out so that only one mob at a time is supposed to make it into these chambers. So then once they fall down into here, the idea is that the zombies have a moment to basically start tracking the villagers. And I think I may just need to add a little bit more delay to that, because it seems that some of the zombies are ending up in the skeleton chamber. But basically, if within like about a second and a half or so, if the zombie hasn't already started tracking the villager and fallen into this hole, or well, if the mob hasn't, rather, then it probably is a skeleton. So you can see that they get pushed into this center hole there. But we'll just have to watch it and observe. I'm not sure if zombies are making it into here because multiple zombies are going, or we just need to add more delay to give them a chance to track the villager. Yeah, so that guy was facing the wrong way. He may have been tracking something else, and so we might just need to add a little bit more delay to give the zombies a little more time to track those villagers. I haven't seen any skeletons make it into here, and I think the only way that can happen is if they happen to just try to walk off this trapdoor before they get pushed by this piston, which should be pretty rare. The whole reason we're making this mob sorter in the first place is to use the mobs for different purposes. So for the creepers and the skeletons, I think I'm going to want to make a record farm or a record maker out of those guys. Potentially also have a way to use the creepers to blow up like trees or cobblestone automatically for me, because I don't have a way to get TNT on the Flatworld. So doing like automatic tree or cobble generators that explode themselves isn't really possible unless I use like a ghast or a creeper or something for the explosion. So that's one idea for the creepers and the skeletons is A, a record farm, B, harness the creeper's explosive power. For the zombies, I just want to be able to, I'll basically just have them being killed like this, but maybe have a switch to make it so they won't get killed, and then just have a way to grab one in a minecart. And that'll just be useful for any time I need to grab a zombie for something or refill a zombie in the little trading hall downstairs. So that's the idea behind this. I don't know if I have any uses for witches, but it's fun to just see if we can sort things out as reliably as we can. And by the way, looks like the witches are being sorted into the correct chamber. So yeah, I don't know if we can get this 100% efficient or 100% accurate rather, especially because the zombies and the skeletons are the same size. So there's no way, as far as I know, to sort them out using size. But yeah, hopefully we can work on this, tweak it a little bit, maybe tweak the timing and get a little bit more accurate. But this was really fun to build up, and I'm glad I finally did it, because this has been something on my checklist on the Flatworld for years and years.
I've made a terrible mistake. Oh God, I fell down the hole into the XP farm. Here we go. Oh! What the hell? I really expected to die there. Wow, this armor's awesome. That was so cool. All right, now I gotta go clean up that mess. Oh God. Oh, the mobs are just falling straight through. Oh no. Okay. XP farm off. Oh man. Holy crap, that was funny. How did the chest not blow up? That's lucky.
Alright guys, I think it's just about time to put an end to this episode. I did make a few last minute changes to the mob sorting system up there, and it's a little bit better than it was, but you don't have to see that. We've spent enough time looking at that for the day. But yeah, the last thing I want to do is just show you guys all the cool tools I made thanks to all the books I got from these librarians and stuff. So we've got this crazy diamond sword. Unfortunately, I can't name it because I messed up. I should be able to get unbreaking on that as well, but I basically combined a few diamond swords to make it, which means that it's now too expensive to do anything else to it, so I can't even name it. But then we've got my forge chain like a chainsaw. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's a fortune chainsaw. My unending mending silk touch pick. And then my fortune pick is called my get rich pick scheme. And then we're not done with the shovel yet. We gotta find a better shovel, or build a better shovel out of that. Then we've got these galoshes with Death Strider, feather falling, all the usual stuff. My other pants pocket, 3D pectorials, and Cosmoschlum. Cosmoschlum, which I think means space hat. But that's like my gross amalgamation of two different Russian words. So yeah, that's got respiration, aqua affinity, and the rest on it. So yeah, got a really nice pair of tools and armor with mending for the first time ever on the Flatworld. Best set of tools I've ever had on the Flatworld, and hopefully they'll never ever break. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'm gonna try and hopefully start streaming more again. My computer was not having it the last time I tried, so hopefully I've solved all those issues and we can do a little bit of streaming, do some more Flatworld episodes. I'm really excited. I want to make it to episode 100 this year, if we can, and do a big celebration. But that's a lofty goal, so we'll see about that. All right, catch you guys later.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow.